Happy birthday, Venom. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to I Am Sam. This is not just a donation reward for Venom, but this was specifically chosen by Venom for today's reaction. And the reason for that is this is going up a week after Venom's birthday. So happy belated birthday, Venom. Hope you had a great day. It sounded pretty fun from what we were talking about on the Discord and everything. But yeah, I offered Venom the choice to choose any movie that he had requested to have me react to as a special birthday reaction for this weekend. As a birthday present for him. And so he chose this. So I Am Sam. I know nothing about this. I assume it focuses on a character named Sam. Also, that could be a male or a female name. So I have no idea who this could be about at all. I have no clue what this is. It doesn't give me anything either, just from the title, again, because Sam could be a male name or a female name, and it's like, my sister's name is Sam, but I've known guys named Sam too. I've known NB's named Sam, but I doubt it's going to be anything related to that. Unfortunately, non-binary people don't get enough attention in media. It sucks. It's getting better. It's absolutely getting better. There's a lot more shows and movies that are featuring non-binary characters, but it's still a lot less than even other like queer representations. So hopefully we get even better with that. Hopefully things improve on that in the future, and I assume they will. But yeah, so I have no idea what I'm getting into. I don't know even when this movie came out or whatnot. I really don't know what to expect from it. But yeah, this is Venom's choice for his birthday celebration, and this is also, on top of just the birthday aspect, is also just thanks to Venom for being such a consistent subscriber and viewer for the channel. Like, just one of the most consistent viewers we have in terms of commenting, in terms of interaction on the Discord and everything, donation rewards even. Most of the donation rewards end up being for Venom, if you've noticed. But yeah, so it's also a thanks for that. So yeah, thank you, Venom, for your continued support. It means a lot. And it's great to see, like, just all of these things that you've allowed me to, you know, experience. All these movies that I would have never checked out if it weren't for your rewards, your requests. Because there's so much that, like, I definitely would never have seen, and I really like that I've seen. And some of them don't end up working out, but that's just going to happen. But, like, even, like, on the gaming channel, the Poppy Playtime playthrough is a donation reward for Venom. He donated for Poppy Playtime. So, like, even that was because of him. And I've very much been enjoying Poppy Playtime, so that's definitely a big win in my book. Yeah. But I think we should just get in with this movie because, like I said, I know nothing about it. I have nothing really to work off of, so let's just check it out and hope for the best. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So first off, I wanted to look up, because I knew I recognized the name, I just couldn't place where I knew Laura Dern from, who was Randy. She was Ellie Sattler in Jurassic Park. It's like, yeah, she definitely fucking was. It's like, I knew I recognized her, and I knew the name Laura Dern. It's just like, yeah. Duh. Like, that's probably the big thing that anybody would recognize her from. I knew I recognized her. I just wasn't placing it. And Richard Schiff, who was Mr. Turner, the prosecuting attorney. Yeah, he's been in various things like Wakanda Forever is a more recent example. But yeah, he's been in a lot of various things over the years. And then obviously we know Sean Penn and Michelle Pfeiffer and all. But when I was looking through things in between the reaction and now, the thing that surprised me most is that apparently this movie did not do well. And it received mostly negative reviews, and apparently the biggest reason is people found it too sentimental, and apparently these idiots out there were agreeing with the prosecuting side, and we're acting like the movie had this view that, like, okay, so what they were saying is, like, the movie pretends that all you need is love, and that that you don't need anything else to be a good parent, and you do, and so you find yourself agreeing with the other side, who are supposed to be the bad guys. The movie doesn't think that at all. Literally, the ending of the movie has Sam saying, "I can't do this alone," and he basically asks Randy to remain in her life. He asks Rita to remain in her life, and they do. And then they have these friends, they have Annie, all these people remain in their life to help Sam, because love alone isn't enough. It literally says this in the movie. Like, all these fucking dumbasses out there. Like, if you didn't like the movie, that's fine, but don't try to say the movie was saying something that it wasn't. All these dumbasses out there just did not understand what the movie was trying to say. It's like, oh, she needs more than love to be able to grow up properly. Yes, the movie said this. Are you dumb? It's so dumb. It's so stupid, because it's like, literally the thing they're complaining about is literally addressed by the movie. He literally was saying at the end, he can't handle it alone. He can't. He literally said this to Randy. He was literally saying that he needs her to still be in Lucy's life, to help out. He got the full custody back, but he has this much bigger support system, more people helping out. Like, if I were to say anything was actually bad about this movie, there's only one thing I could truly say, and that's that it didn't fully give us closure on Rita and her son. Like, I understand they weren't, like, the main focus of the film, but I feel like there should have been a little more closure on Rita connecting with her son a little bit more. I guess we see, like, them together at the end during the soccer game, but, you know, I would like to see a little more. But that's the only negative I could paint for this movie. And that's not even that big of a thing. It's like, this movie was fantastic. It was super emotional. It was super genuine. It had so much, like, honesty to it about the struggles of being neurodivergent, and how that shouldn't stop you from being able to have a family, from being able to have a child. It's like, yeah, you need a support system, and that's important to have, even if you're neurotypical. Like, even neurotypical people need a support system. Absolutely. But he still had the ability to raise his daughter, and this was proven time and time again. And this is proven time and time again in real life. Neurodivergent people can absolutely still have children. No matter, like, unless they're, like, really far to that, like, side of things, to that end of the scale, to where it's like they're not even able to take care of themselves to any degree. But he is. He's not that far, like, to that side, that end of neurodivergence, to where he can't take care of himself. He's able to take care of himself. He's able to hold a job. He's able to keep a home. He's able to keep things safe for her. He is able to raise her. He is absolutely able to raise her. And it's ridiculous that even in today, even in 2025, this movie came out like in 2001. But even in 2025, there are people out there who still argue the same kind of thing against neurodivergent people. As someone who has autism, it's something that I've faced. And it's like it obviously it depends on a person by person basis, just like it would for anyone. Like, yes, some neurodivergent people can't take care of themselves to degrees. And it's like and it's not going to be the same for each person either. And so it's like you kind of really have to analyze each side of this scale. You have to really analyze on a person by person basis whether or not they're able to. And some can't. Some genuinely can't. But Sam was very clearly in his mind enough to where he could absolutely take care of a child. Honestly, the entire idea of like him not being able to in the first place, like just the entire setup for this film really was like ridiculous. But the thing is, it's real. And that's why I don't have an issue with it, because it's something that really does happen. And like for me, for example, there's a lot of people who have told me that I don't seem autistic, which is, by the way, super ableist and weird to say. Um, because I carry myself well, I guess. I'm sorry that I, you know, am able to hide it well because I worry about what other people think of me. But it's like, I have a hard time being able to do a lot of stuff. I have a hard time being able to function many days. But I would be able to raise a kid fine. Like, I could do everything that would come from that. Everything that would be, like, required of that. Easily. And I know, by the way, Venom, I know why you chose this movie for me to react to, both in terms of your original request and just generally why you would choose this movie for me. Because you know, like, I'm autistic, and you know I also, you know, have a desire to be a mother, so you know this movie would get to me. Also, you know I like Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't keep that a secret either. Like, I really like Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, her scene was the scene that got me to cry in this. Her breakdown, like that was the scene that really broke me. Like, which is surprising because I again was like on the verge of tears during a lot of this movie, but that was the scene that actually broke me. Um, but yeah, I fully get why you would choose this movie. Like, also just um the kind of aspect of this film of, like, you know, the rights for neurodivergent people and everything, something I would obviously stand up for quite strongly. So yeah, it's like it makes sense. I get it. Also, it's just a good film. I don't care what anyone says. Like, again, you're allowed to have your opinions, you're allowed to not like something, but I'm also allowed to disagree with you. I'm allowed to find that your findings are wrong. We're allowed to have that disagreement. As long as we're, not assholes about it to each other. I'm not going to be an asshole to you. I'm just saying, I disagree with your assessment. Strongly disagree with your assessment. And I'm not going to say this is the best movie ever or anything. But like the way it handled Sam's disability, I thought was really well done. I thought it was like really respectful. It treated him as a person. That was kind of like one of the big points of the film. And that's how, when you portray people who are not neurodivergent in film or television or games or whatever, that's how you should portray them, as a person first, as a human being deserving of just as much respect, love, and, word is escaping me. Just as many rights, let's put it that way, as anyone else. Like, you should absolutely treat them as a person first. And I'm glad Randy came around in the end, because, like, she was treating Sam really poorly at first. And that was part of my reason for, like, disliking her. It wasn't just because she's the foster mom and she's taking Lucy away from Sam. No. No. That wasn't my reason. It's because of how she saw Sam. It's the sneering looks and stuff. It was the way she treated him. She looked at Sam like an it. Not as a he, not as a person. She saw Sam as like a charity case rather than a human being. That's why I disliked her. But she did come around. And you could say that she came around a little quickly. But it was because of seeing Sam's relationship with Lucy. Seeing how they interacted, like when he was out walking the dogs and stuff. Seeing how many times Lucy would like sneak out of the house to go see him. And even seeing Lucy's reaction after she offered the corn cake and everything. Like, she saw that Lucy wasn't happy and she understood why. It was shown why Randy flipped in the end. Why she came around and understood Sam a lot better by the end. It was shown. And it was shown quite well. It could have been a little smoother, sure. But it was still really good. And there's always the argument you have to, like, bring up with any kind of movie like this. It's like, should we have a neurotypical actor playing a neurodivergent character? And that's always a very sore subject. And I have no idea if Sean Penn is neurotypical or neurodivergent, because there's a lot of actors and a lot of celebrities out there who you wouldn't know. Sir Anthony Hopkins is autistic. Did you know that? Like, legendary actor Sir Anthony Hopkins is autistic. So it's like, you might not always realize. And so I can't judge, and I'm not going to say, because I don't know. But I think, again, one way or the other, he still performed the role respectfully. And from what I read, I think I still have the Wikipedia up. Yeah, here we go. They actually, let me get this right. Yeah, Jesse Nelson, the director, as well as co-writer Christine Johnson, actually put in their research and visited the nonprofit organization LA Goal, Greater Opportunities for the Advanced Living, and even cast actors with disabilities in the film. So it's like they did their research. They wanted to be as respectful with this portrayal as possible. They wanted to make sure that they, treated these people as the humans they are. And so I'm fine with how it was handled here. I think it was handled extremely well in terms of that kind of representation for the neurodivergent. As someone who is neurodivergent, I feel like it was well done. Um, all the actors did a great job. God, Dakota Fanning. It's like I'm so used to her being older nowadays that I just completely like zoned out on what she looked like as a kid, and I just did not recognize her for this entire film. um, she was always a great actress. She was always great as a child actress, and has always been great like growing up and everything. So her sister Elle Fanning is great as well. So no surprise. It's just I didn't realize that was her. Um, and then you have, of course, Sean Penn doing a great job, like I said. Michelle Pfeiffer's great as always, and everyone did a really good job. No, none of the actors felt like they were phoning it in. They all felt like they like really wanted to give the best performance, the best respectable performance they could for this film. They took it seriously. And a movie like this, about a topic like this, you should take seriously. I also love the Beatles soundtrack for this because the Beatles are my second favorite band of all time. I don't know if you knew that, Venom, so I don't know if that was a reason for you choosing this. But yeah, my favorite band of all time is Queen, and my second favorite is the Beatles. Um, so it's like, yeah, this would appeal to me for that too. I didn't know like all the trivia that they were talking about in here about the Beatles, like all the dates and everything. Like I'm not gonna remember that anyway. Um, I'm the kind of autistic that only remembers certain things that well I hyperfixate on. Clearly, the Beatles was a hyperfixation for Sam's character. For me, stuff that I hyperfixate on would be stuff like My Little Pony or One Piece or Owl House or stuff like that. And even then, I don't know everything. I don't like have every single detail memorized in my head. Um, but like stuff that I'm not as into, like as much as I love the Beatles, again, second favorite band of all time. It's like it's not something that I hyperfixate over. Even Queen, I don't hyperfixate over. Music in general usually never covers a hyperfixation for me. It's mostly TV, video games, that kind of stuff. Movies sometimes, like what would be a good example? Napoleon Dynamite, I guess, would be a good example. School of Rock. I guess more recently, I got really hyperfixated with K-pop Demon Hunters and Nisha. So there's definitely examples of different media that I hyperfixate on, but most of the time it's not music. That's never really been a thing I've. Okay, well I can't say never. I can think of one time in my life where I hyperfixated on music, and it was a single song. When I was young, I want to say I was in middle school, maybe ninth grade at the time. Um, my dad had a CD from the band Train. It was the album that has Drops of Jupiter on it. And I hyperfixated like crazy on that song. And I don't know why, because it's like the only time I can think of that I've ever really done that. But like I would like literally listen to that one song on repeat over and over and over and over again. I would borrow the CD from my dad and listen to it on my little portable CD player over and over and over and over again. Just that one song. And I still love Drops of Jupiter. Still a great song. One of Train's best, I would say. But it's like I kind of look back on that nowadays. I'm like, what the hell? Because again, with music, I don't normally do that. It was just that one time, and it's like I don't know why. I have no clue why. And again, I like the song, but to that degree, I don't know. I was a weird kid, to be fair, too. But yeah, it's just a hyperfixation kind of thing there, and that's something that autistic people go through. That's a very common part of neurodivergence in general. Hyperfixations a lot of times can help us just, get through the day because it makes us feel good. It makes us feel happy. It makes us feel like we have something that we understand, you know? And I can't explain all the science behind it all and why it all works and how it all works, but it's something that I whenever it happens for me, whenever I find something that I just end up hyperfixating on, I just let it happen. Because trying to fight it, it's like is stupid. And it's like it deprives me of something that's going to bring me joy. So why would I fight that? And it's like it may seem weird to neurotypical people on the outside, like seeing me obsess so aggressively over something, but it's important to me. And again, it makes me feel like I have something I can just really get into and really enjoy and really, find consistency with. So that's important. But yeah, this movie was like really heartfelt, really emotional, and I've talked about it before, but I love schmaltz. I love movies that are like really schmaltzy like this, really emotional, really heartfelt, because it's like it makes me emotional in the best way. It makes me cry for the right reasons. It makes me like honestly, it makes me feel good about myself because like getting emotional over stuff like this that is like really wholesome and, like good, it makes me feel like I'm on the right path. Because it's like, oh, I'm getting emotional over something that you're supposed to get emotional over. I'm getting emotional over something that, is positive and wholesome and, morally good to like, cheer for the rights of the neurodivergent. It's like I feel like I'm on the right path by like being into stuff like this because I'm supporting like the rights and the visibility of neurodivergent people. And I just feel like that's something to be proud of. And I am proud of that. And I'm proud of like being able to like find emotion and support for like any people group that is, discriminated against and mistreated and misconstrued because of narrow-minded assumptions and whatnot, because of bigotries, that kind of stuff. And so it's something that I do hold in high regard. And I know that might sound like egotistical or something, but if I'm going to be egotistical about anything, being egotistical and being like self-praising about, enjoying like genuinely morally and ethically good things like this, I think that's a really good thing to be a little self-praising about. Like, I think that's pretty good overall. But yeah, this movie was great. It was a really great, really heartfelt, really beautiful film that touched on all the right notes and handled the topic with respect and reverence. And it treated the neurodivergent community with respect and love and, made a statement that they deserve all the rights that neurotypical people do. So, yeah. This was definitely my kind of film. The great cast was just a cherry on top. But I would love to hear your thoughts. So tell me in the comments below, what did you think of I Am Sam? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Do you have some issues with it? Just be nice and everything if you did. No need to like start a fight or argue or anything if we have a difference of opinions. But let me know your thoughts down below. And for now, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Venom for donating for this. And once again, happy birthday, Venom. even if it is belated at this point. Hope you had a great day nonetheless. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.